best 4th of July ever! The best part about this whole tour is that it's not even open yet. Oh my gosh.
We're in the National Rollercoaster Museum.
Wait, did you say National Rollercoaster Museum?
We said National Rollercoaster Museum.
What?
What is going on? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Quirky Coaster Couple! I'm Nick.
And I'm Kelly.
And you are in for a treat today. We are going on a tour of the as yet unopened National Roller Coaster Museum in Plainview, Texas.
This was recorded on July 4th of 2021 during the ACE, American Coaster Enthusiast West Texas Roundup.
Yes.
It was an emotional day. I mean,
you'll see in this video, she got teared up, she got very emotional, it hit her feels.
I couldn't help just being surrounded by just coasters that I didn't think that I would actually be able to see in person because either they're defunct or I just haven't been to the park.
So it was overwhelming. It was in such a great way. I'll give you a heads up. I did the camera work. I was behind the camera, and
it's not that bad.
It was like walking like a kid in a candy store. I didn't know where to look there, everywhere I looked. It was like something else was catching my attention. The cool thing is this was recorded, July 4th weekend of 2021, and we've seen updates, and it's coming along great. But also, you see she's drinking from this awesome coffee cup, and I have this pint glass, National Roller Coaster Museum. Oh, we got some swag right here, National Roller Coaster Museum attire. Little play on words, National Roller Coaster Museum coasters for your drink.
Oh, but wait, the best part for merch, a blueprint copy, limited availability of the flying turns that was supposed to be built at Six Flags over Texas.
Lots of cool things that we were gonna see in this video. You're coming with us. Thanks. If you haven't already, please subscribe, tell your friends about us, hit that little bell and notification button. But without further ado,
come along with us on this tour and enjoy the show.
Cheers.
Look at this plain building. It's about to be awesome.
Yeah, that's just I don't remember this. Yeah, so it's like this is
Oh my gosh. No way. Oh my gosh. Good. Oh my gosh.
Come on in, sign in.
Wow. Just even good job so far. This is. Oh my gosh.
Here, you want to live a fantasy? Do me a favor, come on up right over to that street there. Yeah, I can't. I want you to pull this thing up like this, all right? Thanks, all right, you ready?
I've been digging out my glasses.
Good job.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that so cool?
It's so cool.
He's having a hell of a time.
welcome everybody to the National Roller Coaster Museum. Thank you for making the trip out. I'm Gary Slade with Amusement Today. I'm also one of the board members for the museum, along with Pete Owens from Dollywood, who's on the board with us and is the master at PR and everything marketing at Dollywood. So we'd like to welcome you here. Before we do anything else, can we get a round of applause for Fred and the Larson team back over there? We've got, Plainview may be a small town, but we've got some good eating joints out here that we like to visit, and I hope your burritos this morning were great, and
They were very
sample
good.
of that good home cooking that they have out here in Plainview. I'll be glad to answer any questions that I can on cars or anything that's here, but a lot of it is self-explanatory of where it came from. And we'll let you mill around here in a few minutes in here, and then we'll take you into the expansion and show you the big new building and everything else we've done in there. In short, I'll tell you that we've got artifacts and collections from William L. Cobb, who was a noted coaster designer. John Pierce, who worked with him for a number of years until Bill passed away, and then John started his own design company. Also from the Dallas area, we have Bill Crandall with New Wave Rides. I have his collection. You will see in here, Chris has made some videos off of what we have copied off of the films. I've spent the last 3 months, 4 months very heavily engaged in getting our films that were donated to us from Aero transferred first, for fear of deterioration, any more deterioration on those films. I'll let Pete say a few words, but we have 2 special pieces here we're going to unveil just for you. This is the first time this has been seen. You're getting a treat. And they both have historical connections. And they are recent, as in this one arrived a week ago, this one arrived this week. So this is about as fast of an unveiling as we've ever done.
Very fresh.
When this formation of the NRCMA was created was in 2009. We reincorporated in Texas as a 501c3, and none of this was here 11 years ago. I mean, we basically had a dream and a lot of stuff that was stored in various buildings around Plainview, and this has all come together really since about 2011, which I think that was when the building that you had breakfast in was built. But we use whatever we can out of the board members, you know, whether it's Walt Bowser and he works for Bynum Painting, whether it's paint or it's anything we can, just like you all are donating to ACE and ACE donates to us, and we try to do what we can do. But a lot of the stuff is just straight up donated. And this is a great example.
Absolutely.
So, without further ado.
Not only was it donated, but the park itself, the general manager of the park, hand drove this vehicle out here to us.
Wow.
This, you'll see it, it represents the very first train from Dana Morton on Pacific Cross. I don't know many general managers of a park that will drive a roller coaster vehicle across the desert to Plainview. Take a tour of the plant, have some nice Plainview food, and then get in the car and go back home, or the truck and go back home. You know, it was a quick trip. But again, this represented when Dana, if you don't know the story on Dana Morgan, he is the son of Ed Morgan. Ed Morgan and Carl Bacon founded Aero. Dana got his start working at Aero. When Aero went bankrupt and was no more, then Dana wanted to keep kind of the Aero legacy going, so he founded D.H. Morgan Company. And he built a number of rides at Fiesta, Texas. Y'all all know about that. But this became his first roller coaster, and Steve Okamoto was the designer of this ride. And so it's a landmark, in our opinion, in the skill coaster category because of the history of the ride. And we're honored to have it. So that's unveiling number 1.
Woo!
Yeah, so we're gonna
item over here, and I think you'll recognize this one.
Sadly, this is not a complete car. It is just a shell, a fiberglass shell, but it's what the park was willing to give us. They did a body modification a number of years ago, but they were able to utilize the existing chassis and wheel frames and everything, and then just put the new body on that existing chassis. But they were starting to get rid of stuff, and they reached out and said, do we want it? And we said, absolutely. And I think a lot of you, once you see the car, you're gonna realize the connection of this coaster to the founding of Ace. Okay? The Loch Ness Monster now resides here in Plainview.
So you can wander around in here in these two rooms, and the archive room that is behind you. We've selected there are some blueprints, there are some other treasures that are in there that are part of the collection.
Minutes to look around in here, and then we'll show you the new building.
was told that this sign here is hanging at the exact height it was hanging at Six Flags New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina hit, and that brown line right there is how high the water got up to when Katrina flooded the park.
So what you see is the red and black on this model is
the job I have.
is the Thunder Express. Okay, that's the mine train.
Oh, that's where it was.
Right.
Representing SeaWorld San Antonio. You know, I've been going to SeaWorld a long time. I unfortunately did not ever have the opportunity to ride this that I can remember.
But we still see the troughs and everything
Yep.
that are still
There's
there.
still remnants of it. We didn't get to ride it, but we get to see it.
Hey,
here.
we could touch it. No touch.
I already did.
Is your run out clear?
All clear? Ready for dispatching?
Texas cliffhanger. I may have been. I mean, this way. I may have ridden. I mean, I definitely rode this, but this may have been the car that
I never rode it.
Oh, it was a.
I didn't go to Six Flags Over Texas until 2017.
Yeah, this was long gone. It's just so cool. This is another one. Oh my gosh, there's so much. It's like sensory overload. It's so cool. It's so awesome in here. This is another one of the cool things. Let's move on.
Let's go.